In today's video, I want to give you 3 things that you need to do if you're somebody who wants to get jacked this winter. Because this winter arc is when everybody starts training, when everybody's like, I want to be this anime character who's going to get the vengeance arc and all this garbage and all this bullshit, which kind of makes me laugh because I also went through that phase and I realize you want to get jacked because it's kind of cool to be, and yes, it actually is. So if you don't know who I am, by the way, my name is Žarko, and as you can see over here on the left, 4 years ago I was skinny fat, now I'm jacked, and you can actually see the photo, it isn't photoshopped or anything. I actually look like this, with the chest bump, of course, and I help busy and ambitious entrepreneurs get jacked, improve their health and fitness so they can make more money with their business. And I also help my friend get jacked, also working with a couple of clients right now, and that's all you need to know about me. So let's get into this, because I don't want to waste your time. The first thing you need to realize when it comes down to getting jacked this winter is that it's really more about understanding where the problem and where the constraint is. And so I call this number one lesson constraint and basic principles. Now, basic principles are really things that if you don't get right, you can't get jacked. Okay, that there is just no way you can actually get jacked in a hell. So, these basic principles are essentially sleep, diet, and mindset. If you don't get these 3 things right, no matter what you do, you simply will not get jacked. Now, of course, there's also training, there's also like other things to this, but these are the most important ones that, honestly, if you get right, you don't have to worry about training that much. Because if you have the right mindset, if you want to push yourself hard, if you realizing that pain is your friend, that you should experience more and more pain because it is a good thing, because you want to have more pressure, because from pressure muscle grows, because it's how the fucking body functions. You just don't grow muscle out of pure thin air. You sleep well, you have amazing diet, you don't eat junk food, you don't overeat on burritos and tacos and everything else. You will get jacked, even if you don't have that good of a workout routine. Because simply by proxy, you're going to do enough work, even if it's not the most optimal one. Because of these 3 things. And so, I want you to ask yourself right now, what is your constraint? What is genuinely the thing that you know for a fact is not giving you the progress and the result that you want to experience? What is that thing? And you have to be really clear about this, because if you're not, if you don't know what your problem is, what your constraint is, try every single one of these. Like, really think about it. If, for example, let's say you wake up and you don't feel that good, then probably it's your sleep. Then fix your sleep. Then don't eat like your last meal, 2 hours before bed or 3 hours before bed. Eat it like 4 hours before bed, or like if you're going to wake up in the middle of the night and go and pee, and that is why your sleep is fucked, then just don't drink water like 2 hours before you go to bed. Drink everything when you wake up, all the 1 or 2 liters, and then as you taper off the day, you just drink less and less to the point where you go to bed. You have to figure out what is your problem, because if you don't know what is your problem, you will simply not get jacked. And it's one of these 3 things. It's almost always one of these 3 things. And also you can, I can also say training can also be the problem for some people, but it's really, really rarely this is actually the problem. It's really hard this is actually the problem. If you do 3 sets, 8 to 15 reps, you do 3 exercises per muscle group. So let's say you do back, you do 3 exercises for back. So let's say pull-ups, lat pull downs, and seated rows. That's enough. That's enough. It isn't the problem. The problem is one of these 3 things 100%. Either your diet, either you don't sleep enough, you don't rest enough, or it's your mindset. It's one of these 3 things. A second thing, and the second lesson, is make it too good to fail. Okay? Make it too good to fail. right now you're doing some kind of habits that maybe are not a reason why you can't get jacked, but are still not adding up to being able to get jacked. And when I explain the third one, it will all make sense. But essentially, if you have these kinds of habits that you're doing for no reason that are actually sabotaging your success in fitness, then just please stop doing them. So let's say, for example, you drink alcohol, for example. Maybe like one glass of wine or one beer is not going to damage you so much. But still, why are you doing it? Is there any kind of benefit to it? You have to remove every single possible distraction that you can have. And that is where third thing comes into play, okay? I have to say it right now because it will not make sense, which is one singular focus. I'm a big proponent of just doing one thing and just focusing on that one thing and just growing that one thing out. So if you see some kind of result from going to the gym, so let's say, for example, you fix your sleep, right? You have better sleep now. Well, if you go to the gym now and you have more gains, like you can lift more, you can, I don't know, add more weight, lift for longer, you have better pumps, then just keep doing that. One singular focus. If you want to grow one thing, or let's say, for example, you want to get jacked, then focus as much energy, as much thought energy, align everything to it. Align everything you have to a goal. Because if you don't align everything to a goal, you will not grow. This is kind of like a phenomenon, but for you to grow, you need to spend so much time, so much ineffective time growing, so much energy that you could have spent on something else. But you have to realize that is how you grow. You grow by first being supremely ineffective, not knowing how to do some stuff. That is why you need to focus on just one thing. And that is why you need to make it too good to fail. Like you need to eliminate every single distraction. Like list down everything that you do every single day and think to yourself, is this actually making me a better person? If not, remove it. Remove it. That is how I did it. That is why I don't play video games, is because video games, they weren't the reason why I wasn't able to get jacked. Of course, it's stupid. But when I removed them, I was able to have more thought power and think about my workout. Think about what can I actually do and add into my workout. Research more. That is why you need to have one singular focus, is because it takes time, man. Like it takes time for you to be able to go from skinny fat or skinny to jacked. Like it takes time. It takes time and it takes energy, and the best, easiest way to get there faster is just remove every single distraction. Just focus. And when I say focus, I don't mean focus for just one day. I mean focus for multiple months, even sometimes years. The moment I was able to actually focus for like 6 months, which is actually the real story, and how I helped also my friend, is when he was able to just focus on one thing, be consistent, show up at the same time, do the same things every single day, boring stuff, showing up the same workout, the same thing again and again and again, same time of the day for same 6 days a week, doing the same thing month after month after month. That is when he got jacked. And the same thing with me. And it's this focus that nobody fucking gets. Like, it isn't about, trust me, it isn't about the most optimal workout routine. It isn't about the most optimal fucking supplement, the best supplement. It isn't about any of these things. They help, fine, sure, okay, yeah. But focus. I can't explain this enough because too many people trying to find these shortcuts when the shortcut is just do the work. That is the shortcut. That is how you get jacked. Just do the work. I hope you realize that. I'm not making this video because I want to prove how good I am. I just want to actually help you out because I wish somebody told me this. Like, you need to find a constraint, which is one of these three things. It can also be training, but it's really really rare that it is actually the problem. It's probably like mostly the mindset problem that is linked to training, because if you don't think you can push yourself that hard, then your mindset is actually the problem. That is why you not train that hard, right? But in almost every single domain, it's like focus. That is what is not making you actually grow. Because if you were focused, if you did just one thing, if you just thought about that and nothing else, you would have grown already. I'm telling you right now. So find a constraint, sleep, diet, fix everything. Like fix your diet, fix your sleep, which if you want me to make a separate video for that, I can actually do that if you want. But that is like going more into a scientific type of stuff, and me also having to like explain evolution for that, because if I just told you what to eat without why, you would not understand, and you would get persuaded by some other people who are stupid to eat junk food because they're like, oh, well, it's okay to have few cheat meals a week, whatever, which it isn't. But yeah, you want me to make videos on these, and even like Training Man if you want me, but I don't think it's actually the problem that people don't train that hard. I think that average person does actually train decent. It's just these things are just not in the right place. They don't sleep right, their habits are fucking awful, their mindset is awful, their diet is awful. And that is why they can't get jacked. It's because they're just not fertile. Like if you think about the land, and if you think about the seed, right, this is a seed, and you plant the seed, like the land has to be fertile. It has to be like, there has to be enough water, there has to be enough like sun, for seed to grow, and mineralized soil and everything like that, right? You get a point. But yeah, that is what I truly believe is the problem with people, not actually the training itself. But I can make a video on that. Anyway, if you're somebody who is an entrepreneur, ideally who wants to start like yourself in fitness, down below you have a first link in description. I'm looking for just 5 guys who I'm going to coach for really cheap, just to test out my program. Okay? And if you're somebody who's an entrepreneur who wants to get jacked in least amount of time possible, without spending hours in the gym, without making your meals for 3 hours every single day, spending hours in grocery store, to a manageable lifestyle in least amount of time possible, as I said already, because I just want to save your time and not having you to go through all these years of pain that I went through, then down below, first link in the description. Okay? And yeah, that's pretty much it. You will going to find there a call if you want to book it. If you don't want to, I don't know, do what you want to do. And yeah, that's pretty much it. As always, take care. Peace.